Autoline Daily is brought to you by Bridgestone, passion for excellence. Dow Automotive Systems, innovations for clean powertrain solutions. And by Hyundai. Experience the 2011 Hyundai Sonata today at HyundaiSonata.com.
This is Autoline Daily for the last day of January 2011, and now the news. Chrysler reported its earnings for 2010, and while the company is definitely making progress, it has not progressed as far as Ford or General Motors have. Chrysler sold 1.5 million vehicles last year, which brought in almost $42 billion. Unfortunately, its expenses were more than $500 million more than that, so it posted a net loss of $652 million. All last year, CEO Sergio Marchionne complained that Chrysler's sky-high interest rates kept it from posting a profit. Take them out of the picture for the moment, and Chrysler achieved what it is calling a modified operating profit of $763 million. The company finished the year with $7.3 billion in cash, but it also has over $13 billion in debt. These are not great numbers, but they do show progress. This year, Chrysler expects to boost revenue by another $13 billion and post a net income of between $200 and $500 million. Daimler is celebrating its 125th anniversary this year. That's right. Carl Benz first drove his motor wagon 125 years ago. The company is so over the moon about achieving this milestone that it's going to give all of its employees worldwide a €1,000 bonus, which converts to roughly $1,300. Starting tomorrow, Renault will introduce its own line of tires, becoming the first OEM to do so. The name of the new brand is Motrio, and the tires have been specifically designed for Renault's older vehicles. Two different tread patterns will be available, one that Renault says maximizes driving comfort for its smaller vehicles, and the other offers a more dynamic focus for the rest of its lineup and its sportier models. The new tires are only available in the UK, which can be bought through Renault's dealers. Pricing for the tire starts at £36, which translate to $57. But my question is, who's really making these tires? I can't believe for a second that Renault is actually making them itself. It has to be contracting them out. We've reported that Beijing is restricting the number of new car registrations to 240,000 for the entire year to try to reduce traffic jams. The city set up a lottery system in order to award new registrations, but according to Gascou, enterprising citizens who have no intention of buying a car are applying to get a registration anyway. And we know what that means. They want to scalp those registrations and stuff their pockets with wads of yuan. Beijing's now looking at ways to prevent the scalpers from taking advantage of the system. The Australian auto industry is a surprising victim of the devastating floods that have ravaged vast parts of the country. According to Wards, the government has abruptly canceled nearly $1 billion in incentives for green cars and cash for clunkers. The money will be diverted to help clean up the state of Queensland, which has been ravaged by floods for weeks. The move is expected to impact the global auto industry because many companies have development and test programs in the country. Let's hope those floodwaters start receding and that they can get that mess cleaned up pronto. This is pretty obvious, but for enthusiasts, it's kind of painful to watch. Wards reports that V8 engine penetration in the U.S. is at an all-time low. Last year, they powered fewer than 21% of all North American light vehicles. That's down from the year prior when they took nearly 23% of the market. Blame it on the car market. In 2010, V8s were installed in just 5.7% of passenger vehicles. Trucks fared better with a nearly 34% penetration rate, but the trend there is towards downsizing as well. Last year, 64% of all new cars were equipped with four-cylinder engines. Coming up next, we're going to have the chief engineer, Elaine Bannon, take us on a personal tour of the new Lincoln MKX. Elaine Bannon is the chief engineer on the new Lincoln MKX. We asked her to take us around the vehicle, pointing out the highlights of what they changed on the new model. Here's what she has to say about the vehicle that she is in charge of.
Hi, my name is Elaine Bannon, and I'm the chief engineer of the Lincoln MKX. I'd like to take a few moments to take you through the highlights of the new vehicle. Starting with the front end, we brought the split wing grille into the Lincoln MKX to bring it part of the Lincoln family. The whole front end is new. We paid a particular attention to all of the chrome accents on the vehicle. We think of them as jewelry, from the headlamps to the side view with our badging, our lower cladding, the door handle, every part of the vehicle we think of as jewelry. Attention to detail. The wheel lineup is all new, including 18-inch and 20-inch wheels. And when you take a look at the rear view of the vehicle, you can actually see that it is all new and at a glance certainly different. But let's take a look at the interior of the vehicle as well, which is all new and features the My Lincoln Touch Driver Connect technology. As a matter of fact, the Lincoln MKX is the first vehicle in the Lincoln family to introduce the technology. The interior is all new, and the material selection we paid particular attention to. Wrapped, stitch, soft, every touch point pleasing to the eye and pleasing to the touch. The Lincoln MKX is the first vehicle in the Lincoln family to introduce the My Lincoln Touch Driver Connect technology. As you can see, the screen is very, very eye-catching with its jeweled color palette, specifically tuned for the Lincoln owner. And as an example, as we're playing REM, you can see that the album art comes up for you, which is a really cool feature. And sliding your finger along the volume knob increases or decreases the volume, as well as the fan speed, which is a cool feature. As well, the vehicle, from a driving experience, gives you no compromise. With best-in-class horsepower at 305 horsepower, best-in-class torque with 280 foot-pounds of torque, best-in-class fuel economy with 19 miles per gallon in the city and 26 miles per gallon on the highway. Couple that with the improvements in quietness, because certainly quietness equals quality, ride and handling with our all-new rear suspension and new braking system. It's really, really a fantastic package.
The timing of the redo of the MKX is pretty good. Crossovers represent the hottest segment in the American market right now. Of course, there is some controversy about the My Lincoln Touch system, about it being complicated and distracting. So that may deter some buyers, but my bet is the MKX will do pretty well in the market. And that's today's report on the top news in the global automotive industry. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.